Hey y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler, and you've arrived at day 84 of the 100 Days of Zentangle Project 2019. Thank you so much for being with me today. Our tangle is called Judd. It is by CZT Beatrice Aronas, and she is in New York via Lithuania. She's from Lithuania but has lived in New York for quite some time. Interesting stuff. Judd is based on a series of six shapes that are done in a line and drawn in alternating positions. And even if it's not a nice 6 like that one, it's still going to work. Like this, basically. So each of your 6s is pointing in a different direction. Yes? The next step is to come up from the bottom of the 6 and put a little flowery curve in there. They are all going to have their own personality, so don't sweat it if they don't all look the same. Okay, so the next step after this step is to aura you start on the second one down and then aura along the base of the 6s. Okay? And then the last one, and you let that go down as if it were a stem. Yes? All right. The next step is to choose the side that is open to you. I'm trying to decide if this side is open. I think it should be this side. And we're going to fan out some echo lines. And gradually get those smaller until you have something that looks like this. Okay? So once again, you're going to start at your tip, make a slight curve in, and then each consecutive one, just make a tiny bit, start a little further down and make it a tiny bit smaller. Okay? So this one, and this one. Now you can take them down so they look like they're being drawn under there, or you can just make them smaller as you go. Nice, huh? And you can see, even though my initial 6s were a little bit sloppy, this is still going to be cool. Now you can stop these at any point. You can draw them down as far as you like. If you want to take them all the way to the bottom, you can. But if you don't want to, you can stop at like 1 or 2. So it's entirely up to you how you want to handle it. I probably should have done this one on this side. I definitely should have done this one this way. So it was hard for me to know. I guess I could finish it out like that and finish it down. So you really can play with this and make it do anything, but this is your basic shape. So let's do this one more time through. And this time I'm going to make my little 6 loops, small, and I'm going to black them in. I believe this is one of the variations that she shows in her art on Tangle Patterns. I'm referring to tanglepatterns.com. That is a website dedicated to collecting patterns and providing people with what we call step outs, which are basically the steps to drawing something. All right, let's see if I can try something a little different with this one. Well, that was pretty much the same, wasn't it? This may not be my best idea, guys. We're going to try it out. Okay, adding your auras along the base of your sixes, starting on the second one down, and just making a small aura there at the base. Yeah, like that. Now, put in your fan shapes. And see, you really can play with the top of this and make it however you want. You can just put a couple of the little fanned out things, or you can leave them off altogether, whatever makes you happy. Now, in her step out on Tangle pattern, she also has an alternate thing where you can put a little blurb here, either black it in, little teardrop shape. The other thing that you can do with these little 6 shapes is to partially black them. I really encourage you guys to look at some of the examples that Beatrice has on Tangle Patterns, because they're really cute. I love this little partial fill in right here, and I love it blacked. And you could even, you know, put something different here. You could put some fescue in, if I can even do that. Well, clearly I'm not going to be able to do fescue today, but lots of embellishing possibilities for this. And this is such a pretty little pattern. It makes a great border. So let's get it in the pattern for today, and we'll call day 84 done, and we'll all get together tomorrow just to see what Cindy is going to do now that I am out of spaces on my template. Now, okay, so this is going to be, let's see if I can get this in frame. I think we're going to have to deal with it like this today. Hang on, let me adjust the light. Okay, well, I'm going to keep trying this till I get it right. There, that's better. All right. Beginning, I guess, with a very wide inner aura on my side. Well, oh, that makes me so sad. All right, so we got that. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and just curve this around, and we're going to see how I do. I'm going to start this down just a little bit so that I can have room to finish off the top however I want to. So I think I'm going to do my first 6 like that, and I think I'm going to do a partial fill like that. Okay. Well, okay, let me show you, if you do that, what you can do, right? It's just hard to keep them the right size. But it works very well, just like that. Okay. I love that. I love the way that looks. It's so pretty, isn't it? Well, that went a little bit nuts. Okay. And so I guess what I've decided here is that I'm not going to have a stem coming down. I'm just going to leave this as it is. But I still love the way that looks. Notice how I got increasingly larger as I went. I don't know what that is. For the top, I think I'm going to stick with the traditional. Simply because we know how it turns out when I play around. Nice. Okay. The next step is to aura the base, starting the second one down. Just go from side to side, alternating. And I think I'm going to stretch this down just a little bit so it touches. And then aura this one, and aura this one. Okay? Now, let's put in our little fan lines. I really like these. I like the way they look. And I'm going to, my personal preference for this is I'm going to extend these down all the way to my line. Now this one is not going to have room for but one, it looks like. That's okay. All right. All right, and here. And here. The two kiddos I have here today. Say hi to everyone.
Hi.
See, right there. They are fun kids, I tell you. Now, I'm sort of thinking I want to add an aura up here. Just for fun. Remember, no mistakes. You can do whatever you want. You can't mess up a pattern by changing it. I think I'll leave a little sparkle there in the middle just for fun. Oh, and Simba says hi. Simba, bark for karma, buddy. Simba has twisted his paw somewhere. He's got a little sprain in it, I think. And so he's kind of not himself. We had a family outing this weekend. He got to go. He had a fun time. He was such a good boy. Except he did not stay in the back of the car. He kept crawling through the car so that he could put his nose between the driver's seat and the passenger seat. He's so freaking cute. All right. I'll stop talking about Simba now. This is really pretty, but it needs something. I think I'm just gonna put some little flicked out straight lines here. Just for something extra. That was a little too extra. I kind of like that too. I am really tempted to put another one in here. Really tempted. So my 6 would have to go. But I'm not going to. But I am going to fan out this other side on the top for fun. Okay, let's get this shaded before the boys implode from not talking. So, what occurs to me is at the bottom, of course, and along where that arid line is around the base, to just sort of give that a little depth. If you have the room, you can put a tiny bit along your fan lines, but be careful how you do that. If you're working in your pattern, blending it out could really spread your graphite, so, as I always know. So just keep that in mind, to be careful before you start. I think mostly for me, I think I'm going to put definition right along the base where we are at and up that side. So let me blend this out a little bit, see how it turns out. And tomorrow is a new day. A new day where Cindy is going to see if I can get this divided out. I will do the diva dance as a separate video. It will not count as one of our 100 days. I know some people already have their patterns decorated around the sides, and I don't want to mess anybody up. So I will do a separate video on how I'm preparing the edge for this, for the diva dance, and of me doing the diva dance reticulum, and then we should be good to go. This is so pretty. I really like this, and I really like it. And I really like it. So, oh my goodness, I need to get a full shot of this, because this pattern, I don't know if I can do that without showing my knees today. This pattern looks awesome. That's as far out as I can get. Look at that. Very cool. We have done 84 days, my people. Awesome stuff. We're going to have lots more to do and fun to have, so stay tuned and see what we have for tomorrow on day 85. I'll see you next time.